Now, on the subject of alcohol, he had a brother that drunk himself to death. That's admitted. And so Trump is really anti-alcohol. Now, he's got kids that have a wine company. I don't think a few glasses of wine is bad for you. It's been proven to be good for you. So he's moderate on it, but extreme in his own personal views. But he believes you have a right. He's seen what marijuana does to some people that are undermotivated. It turns them into people in their mom's basements. It's very destructive for some people. Has a lot of great medical uses. Helps a lot of people that are high-strung. Studies show it's much better than Prozac and, other stuff. But it can be destructive. If you're an alpha male, athlete like Joe Rogan, who's super high-strung, some marijuana, is good for you. But if you're somebody that's already not motivated, you're going to end up being a zombie. I mean, it's true. I'm for decriminalization so our prisons aren't filled with nonviolent people. I do believe it should be a state's issue. Obama said it would be, but double-crossed that and increased marijuana enforcement federally. I agree that marijuana should be decriminalized and should be available for recreational use in adults because it's a free country, it's a free world. And if you can go drink a bottle of Jack Daniels, it's not good for you. We shouldn't have to pay for it when your liver fails, but that's your right to do that. And if you want to blast your brain and turn yourself into a zombie with a super high-powered marijuana they got, that's your right. I want our police going after rapists and arsonists and criminals and white-collar fraudsters and people that write, hot checks over and over again and people that run scams and illegal aliens that have committed crimes. I don't want them running around looking, for marijuana in your car. Now, that said, I know that a lot of drug use, take prescription stuff, is a disease. It is an addiction. You can have hillbilly heroin a doctor puts you on. That's the same thing as heroin that shipped in from Afghanistan. The two are the same. And I think if you catch people with it illegally, it should be taken away, but I don't think there should be big penalties because they're addicted. Now, if you're selling it to kids, that's different. I think there should be serious felony laws about drugs and kids because that's contributing to the delinquency of minors. So the drug laws are really pretty common sense if you want to have them that way, but they're not. You sell drugs, legal or illegal to kids, it's a very, very stiff penalty because you're contributing to the delinquency of minor and you're getting it inside a family. And it should be back to the states. But I agree it'd be a big victory for Trump if he moderated Sessions some. Sessions is great on so many points, but he's one of those older guys from Alabama that thinks, catch him with a marijuana cigarette, throw him under the jail. Come on. Come on. You have to be moderate about it. Half the population smokes marijuana in this country. We've chosen we like it. That's what's going on. I personally don't like marijuana. Very rarely smoke it because it's Russian roulette. Sometimes it feels great and I can think on it. Other times, the only time I'm fearful, and I don't ever have fear or anxiety, really. I smoke marijuana. I start worrying about my kids, everybody around me. I start being paranoid. I don't like it. Other times I smoke it, I want to go to sleep. So that's why I get talked into it every few years. And it's just, it's like one time it's okay, other times it's horrible. But it doesn't matter. Some people it helps. So that's where I stand on marijuana. Other drugs need to be decriminalized because making them illegal makes them black market, and they're full of poison. They're full of garbage. They're full of additives. It's super dangerous. And young people shouldn't think it's cool. By the way, if you decriminalize, every European study shows drug use goes down because there's not a black market in it, and it's not seen as cool underground anymore. And then the young people can't be involved in it because there's no money. And the gangs can't either. So I've done my research. That's where I stand. And I think that's really what Trump should do about it. And I totally agree with you. It'd be a big victory for Trump to do that, something Obama wouldn't do. And I think you should leave it to the states and say, as long as you're not giving drugs to kids, and as long as you're not selling it, distributing, as long as it's for your own use, then it should not be a serious crime. And then make it where you can get it legally, and if they catch you with it illegally, then it's like a ticket. That's decriminalization. I do not think it should be wild, wild west, just, marijuana everywhere. Believe me, I mean, I was in, a while back, 2 years ago, I was in Denver. They just legalized it, and I said, let me go to one of these things. And I went to the dispensary, and I went in there, and I bought some marijuana, and I smoked it, and I mean, I laid down at 5 o'clock and woke up at midnight. I mean, it was just like, good God, this is like drinking a half bottle of whiskey. So it's high-powered. High-powered. And I really did go, like cops take drugs, and test so they know what it feels like so they can recognize it. I literally have taken marijuana to know what it's like. And compared to stuff I smoked a few times in high school, it's 15, 20 times stronger. Okay, I digress. See, caller brings up a great point. I do a 10-minute diatribe. I apologize.